You have likely heard the promise that 0.1 Bitcoin is your guaranteed ticket to retirement in the near future. It's a seductive idea, but there is a massive gap between wealth preservation and being set for life in such a short window. There is no universal magic number, but there is a truth buried within this thesis, and that is what really matters. So stripping away the fantasy, does 0.1 Bitcoin actually buy your sovereignty, or is it just an illusion? And most importantly, how and when could this actually happen? Let's look at the projections. The Power Law model, one of the most respected and yet optimistic frameworks, projects Bitcoin reaching $1 million around 2033. In that scenario, your 0.1 Bitcoin would be worth $100,000. If you hold 0.21 Bitcoin, as others recommend, $210,000. That is decent money, no doubt. But the critical question is, can you actually retire on $210,000? Right now, just to afford a median-priced home in the United States, the required household income has already jumped to over $110,000 a year. In other words, the wealth you spent nearly a decade protecting is equivalent to what the system demands you earn in a single year just to keep a roof over your head. Even if your house is paid off, in a world where healthcare and service inflation skyrockets far above official numbers, that money evaporates fast. To believe that this amount covers a lifetime of expenses just 7 years from now is to ignore the erosion of the dollar, or any fiat currency. So, if the numbers don't add up for 2033, is 0.1 Bitcoin useless? Absolutely not. The flaw isn't in the amount, it is in the calendar. The diffusion of innovations theory proves that every revolutionary tech moves in phases, and today with only 4 to 5% global adoption, we are exactly where the internet was in 1999. We have barely left the starting line. We are still in the dial-up era of Bitcoin. Think about it. Whoever sold Amazon or Apple stock in '99 made a quick profit? Sure, but they missed the dynasty wealth that followed when the internet went broadband and swallowed the world. A projection of $1 million by 2033 feels like a ceiling to us today. But if history rhymes with the internet, that value isn't the ceiling. It is the floor of the maturation phase. And here's the blind spot for most people. The true power of 0.1 Bitcoin doesn't happen when you swap it for printed paper to pay bills 7 years from now. That is like eating the seed instead of waiting for the tree. The asymmetry of returns lives precisely in the vacuum between today's 5% and mass adoption. Those with the stomach to cross this bridge without selling will own an irreplaceable slice of the new system. And here, the math changes completely. When people claim 0.1 Bitcoin is retirement money, they are subconsciously describing the hyperbitcoinization. They are right about the outcome, but they are dead wrong about the timeline. They are selling you the reality of a new monetary standard, but promising it will arrive on a schedule that simply doesn't exist yet. Because hyperbitcoinization isn't a price target for 2033. It is the final stage of the adoption curve. The moment the asset stops being a speculative bet and becomes the standard. In this world, your goal isn't to accumulate dollars. It is to capture the unit of account of the future. You wouldn't sell Bitcoin to buy a house. You would spend the government's weak currency for consumption and hoard the strong asset. Gresham's law in action: bad money circulates, good money stays put. Selling Bitcoin is how you lose the throne. Instead, you leverage it. In this new standard, Bitcoin becomes the pristine collateral of the global economy. You borrow against your stack to acquire real estate, paying back the debt with weak fiat, while your Bitcoin stays in your vault appreciating forever. You don't trade the hardest money ever discovered for a depreciating pile of bricks. You make it work for you. This is where 0.1 becomes a fortress. In a world of 8 billion people and only 21 million coins, owning 10 million Satoshis mathematically guarantees you a relevant slice of the global financial territory. Only 210 million people can ever hold this amount. In reality, far fewer. Now, is this future guaranteed? No. The future has no guarantees, but I am making this bet based on the evidence we have today. 0.1 Bitcoin gets you in the game. In a world of 8 billion people, you have secured your seat on the lifeboat. But ignore the get-rich-quick noise. Real wealth is built in decades and not days. Use your labor to capture every single Satoshi you can, while the price is still measured in dollars. If you want to understand the logic behind going all in, watch this video next and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.